Alright, so it started to get cleaned up in here, but there's still just so much stuff. Individual things, and a lot of the stuff I don't want to have a separate drawer. My general rule for drawers is if there's going to be more than one stack of it, it needs to be on a drawer. And so a lot of this I don't know for a fact is, like, I don't know that the sinew is going to do that, but it might. We don't know. So I put it there just in case. And so I've kind of started to put things that I know for a fact we'll probably have more than one stack of. And the metals, of course, they all go here. So we've got a lot of expansion room here still, but at the same time, I'm thinking we need better storage options. But the first thing I think that we should do before we start talking about like a more advanced storage system is dealing with all of this ore. We need to start dealing with how we're going to do that. And I think the best way for us to do that is to go ahead and get these crushing wheels set up. So if we look at the crushing wheel, I'll hit A on this guy. I'll A everything else out of there real fast. If we look on him, he's made a mechanical crafter. And that's got a lot of room. And I don't know, did we make a mechanical crafter yet? I don't think so. But maybe we did. And so I've been kind of trying to just stuff things that go together. I don't think we made a mechanical crafter yet. So we need to do that next. So the mechanical crafter itself then is some electron tubes, some brass sheets, brass casing, cogwheel, and crafting work table. So that's not a big deal. These guys, we need some polished rose quartz, which it was sandpaper. Rose quartz was quartz and redstone, right? Alright. So just want to point this out since it confuses me. It may not confuse you, but be aware, bronze and brass, two different things. Bronze uses copper and tin, brass uses copper and zinc. So these recipes are going kind of, there's brass in there, right? But this is a brass casing, but bronze is also a thing that you might need along the way. So just be careful what you're looking at. Brass and bronze are not the same thing. So I'm currently cooking copper and zinc so that we can make more brass. It looks like brass is the one that we want the most of right now. And then you cook those together in the alloy smelter and you get your brass. Alright, so we have our 21 mechanical crafters, and then I've got a bunch of other stuff here for setting that up as well as the stuff for making these. Hopefully, we got everything. So let's go out and see if we can figure this guy out. How do we use these big old mechanical crafter to make mechanical things? The hell is that? That's a big old fish eating another fish. Look at that. Crazy. Big old pike. Alright, and so again, not something that's gonna stay here. I'm just plugging into our already existing system here. So we need to set up a 21 big area, and we'll do it like right here, I guess. So if we go U, is that even aimed right? That might not even be aimed right. Alright, let's pick this back up again and try this differently. Well, I mean, I guess we could do it like this, if it'll work this way. So if we go like that, there's 3, 6, need some cobblestone, or regular stone's fine too. Just give me some stone to nerd pole with, because we're gonna build it this way. Alright, there's 9. There's those 3. There's those 3. I think it's 3 more across the top, like this. And then 3 more this way, like this. I guess that's right. I don't know. I have no idea. We're gonna find out. Alright, and then I assume this has to be hooked up to something. Like you see these gears, right? How do we hook these up? Let's look at that again. 21. We'll create this. This guy is Hold shift on him. Place multiple in a grid corresponding to your recipe and arrange their belts to create a flow that exits the grid on one of the crafters. When rotated, start the crafting process as soon as all crafters in the grid have been given an item. Okay, forces the start of the crafting with all. Is this something I can manually turn? I'm not seeing a way to manually turn this. I don't know how you would hook into this. Unless we just take one of these gearboxes and plug him in. Like that. Maybe. Or we'll do it right there, actually. I don't know if that's going to affect it, but we're going to find out. If we bring one of these shafts out this way, what we want to do is come over here. And we want a shaft here to turn this, and then we're going to need a shaft here. Let's take another gearbox, or we can take just another shaft. We can bring the shaft out this way. One more shaft ought to do it. We can take some andesite alloy and make another set of shafts here. Shaft that. And then if we take this, we can go from you to you, maybe. I mean, that's doing the turning, but is it turning the crafter? I don't think so. Let's put the things on the crafter and see what happens. So we want andesite alloy on all the edges. So give me andesite alloy. We're gonna go you, 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 and you. And then it is an andesite casing in the middle, surrounded by stone, and that's surrounded by sticks. So I have an andesite casings here. You. We put regular stone on the edges. You, 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 and you. I didn't mean to pick up something. Must have just been... Okay, it was just hemp seeds. And then we take the sticks. And we go like this, 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 and that. Now, how does it work? There's no... I'm not seeing it do anything when I right-click on these. Like, these look like they need a gear on them, probably, huh? To turn them. So what do we have for gears? Gear. Huh. I think I'd seen something that was like a create gear box, sequence gear shift. Gear something. Let's look at create, and we'll look at what create has, because it's obviously going to be a create thing. Is it flywheel, maybe? You hook mo, because you need a flywheel to hook up to the mechanical crafter. Rotation speed controller. Mechanical drill. Deployer. Alright, 1 second. I'm going to look this up real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so there's a few things I was missing. First off, we need a wrench from Create. It's a tool in Create. And to make the wrench, I'm going to need some gold plates. So I'm going to take these 3 gold ingots, toss them up there, let them get pa-chunk-a-chunked. And then we'll pick them up on this side. 3 gold plates. And we're going to take those and we're going to craft them using 1 cogwheel and a stick into a wrench, like that. Boom. Alright, so now we have the wrench. And I'm going to go ahead and put on this, the goggles, so I can see things. This helps me see, you know, what the kinetic stress and all of that is. We are going to sleep the night off real quick, because monsters suck. And then a point that was made in, let's go ahead and tear this down. A point that was made in the description, if we look at this guy, the mechanical crafter that is, it says that you need to make sure that they're all pointing to what's corresponding on the grid, and they need to create a flow that exists on the grid to exit on one of the crafters. So, because we've got 21 going here, you see how all of these are hooked up? Let's take these off because it actually makes that pop up. You see how all these are hooked up, but they're not hooked up to the center. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that all this goes this way, and then that goes that way. This is going to be tricksy. Like that. That should work. You can see how these are all going in towards the center. These are all going in towards the center. And I think we'll do the same thing here. We'll aim this guy this way. Make sure he's up there. Alright, so all this should now come together into this, and it should all exit out the center. Or actually, it should all come here, and it'll go down and exit out the bottom there. You see how that arrow's out? That should work. We may have to adjust things. I'm not sure. But as long as you can see the flow of connection, everything's connecting together and then coming out one exit point, that should work. Now to hook this up, we didn't actually need this. What we needed was a cogwheel, and I brought another cogwheel with me. And if we slap that cogwheel right there, that should be okay there. Let's break that. Like that. And I think what we'll do is we will actually take this guy here. We're going to bring this over, straight over this way, like so. And we're going to put one of these gearboxes here instead, like that. And then we hook that to that. And then that should start turning if we have the rotational force for this. We're going to see. Nope. We do not have enough rotational force. So that shuts down my whole system. It appears that this contraption is overstressed more, or add more resources, or slow down the component with a high stress impact. Okay, so now this is where we gotta slow things down and figure that out. I gotta figure out how we're gonna do that, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm looking through this, and I think what we want to build is a sequence gear shift. I was kind of clicking through things. This describes itself as a programmable utility component which can change its rotational throughput according to up to 5 consecutive instructions. Use this to power mechanical bearings, pistons, or pulleys with more control over timing and speed. May become less precise at higher speeds. So I think that's what we need. When right-clicked, open the configuration interface. Okay, so this doesn't look too hard to make. It's some gear, cogwheels, an electron tube, another brass casing, and a clock. Clock is just gold and redstone. We've already done this. That's more of that. So I'm going to run downstairs. I'm going to see if I can make this, and we'll see if this helps. And we'll try it again. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back over here with the programmable or sequence gear shift. Looks like we can hook it up right there, and it maybe will slow this down for us. So let's see if we just slap it right there. Is that right? That's all hooked in. Turn 90 degrees, speed direction. I guess this is the angle. We want to go 180. Can we change that? Scroll modifier. Okay. And that's it. Is there a repeat? Is there a way to turn, piston, weight, end? I guess that's it. And then this needs redstone, I think, to be powered. I think we need a redstone torch here. Or a lever, maybe. Let me grab that. Right back. Alright, we're back. I brought a lever and I brought some redstone. Let's see if we put the lever on it, if that does it. It does, but that's still not fast enough. Anyways, this is still running. At least this does speed. Speed direction. Double speed forward. Input speed forward. Input speed reversed. How do we scroll to change this? Double speed reversed. How about just input speed reversed? No. Not enough. Input speed forward, double speed forward. I want it to slow down. How do we slow it down? Turn. This would just be changing that. So if we went 360 degrees, for example. Shift scroll. There we go. Will that do it? I think we broke it for a second there. Started to turn. You guys saw that for a second. It started to turn. What if we do double speed? Double speed forward. Says no. Does not work. I'm gonna move this to the other side so I can watch on this side. Appears that this contraption is overstressed. Slow it down, huh? So that's just too much for those 3 water wheels, apparently. Alright, let me check out a few things and I'll be right back. Okay, so as it turns out, that device is not the right device. There's actually something called a rotational speed controller. And this guy will do what we need it to do. So we need to make him, first off. And to make him, we're going to need a couple of things. One is we're going to need a iron plate. And then the other is we're going to need if you look here, we're trying to make this circuit. We're going to need a lapis sheet, actually. So, to get a lapis sheet, you actually have to take lapis, make a block, right? And if you take the block of lapis and you chuck that up on there, he'll pop that into a lapis sheet. So, there's your lapis sheet. Now, to put this together, it actually uses, let's see, we want a mechanical crafter of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they need to be in kind of this configuration here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pop some of these off, because we don't need them like this. And I think we need a bare hand to get the stuff off them. So yeah, we just go down the line, pull all that stuff off real quick. Goes on there. Doop, doop, doop. Ah, did not mean to do that. Oop. Put him away. So if we yank all this down real quick, then we'll take that down, and we're going to change this to be that, just that configuration of, get rid of you, get rid of you, pick all that up real quick, get rid of you, and we'll put this back together afterwards. So all of these have to go. We just want the 8 in that configuration that it was in. Get rid of you, you, and you. And then we put some of these back like that. I think that was the configuration we wanted, right? Yeah, like that. Looks like a little fighter jet or something. And then this should, when we turn this on, be okay. Yeah, see, that's not too bad on rotational control. It's a 1 pulse thing, though. So, it might be fine for what we need. And then we're going to put these in that configuration, which was redstone, iron, gold. And I brought the other stuff with me, so we should have the redstone. 1, 2, 3. Got that iron sheet we just made there. And then we got 3 gold nuggets that I brought. 1, 2, 3. And now when we flip this, you'll see, and it didn't continue, and that was my fault. So probably not this. We probably just want a redstone torch, to be quite honest. Really, we don't even need this in here at all. We could have just taken this straight up and hooked this in like that, and that would have been fine. And then he's going to combine things in the wrong direction, so it'll exit out this side here. And everything was wrong. Everything was wrong. So let's fix this with our wrench. I think we want this going down, that going to the center. Then we want this going down that way, like that. He goes down into him. These guys go into him. He goes out that way. He goes into him. That should be the right configuration now. We should be good with that. So if we take this guy, try that again. We take our redstone. We take our iron sheet. And then we take our, what was it across the bottom? It was the gold nuggets. Bam, bam, and bam. And now this should come together correctly. They should all combine. That's going to come down. That's going to come down. That's going to get pulled into the machine. And then it spits out what you wanted. And so now we have the integrated circuit, which is what we need for the rotational speed controller. And then the rest of this we should be able to just throw together real quick over here on the crafting bench. So I have right here, rotational speed controller. I'm missing the brass casing. Got them inside. I'll be right back. I'm going to sleep off the night too, and I will return. Little silk cocoons. He just basically sits here and lives and grows fat and continues making these little silk cocoons, which these turn into silk string. I don't know what we'll need it for, but I had that when I was sorting, so I might as well put it together. Okay, so now we should be able to throw this together like this. Boom. And now we have a rotational speed controller, okay? And we're going to take this out real quick. We're going to take this out. We're going to take this out. We're going to take this out. And then I think the rotational speed controller is going to go down like this. And you put a large cogwheel in it, like that. I gotta figure out how this works. If we turned him, it might actually be better. So let's pop him up, pop him up. Let's take our rotational speed controller the other way real quick. Where'd it go? You are actually gonna go this way. The cogwheel is gonna go this way, like that. There we go. And we'll take this cogwheel off because I think we can power up from any side. And then we can put the 21 of them back together real quick. That's not the right thing. These. Nope. Nope. Alright. And nope. Nope. Then you, and you. You, and you. Let me pop up top real quick and get the rest of them. Might need that stone actually. Do I have? You're gonna need more stone to do this build anyway, so grab another stack from over here. Okay, 3 more up top, like this. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, and then I think we want to move this back 1. That's what we're going to need to do. So we'll move him back like that, except turn the wrong way. Move him back to here. Put the large cogwheel in him. And then we put the regular cogwheel in him. No? That's a large cogwheel. I don't need the large. That's why it wouldn't go in there. So I'm using the right one. Regular cogwheel in here. And I'm still not turned in the right direction, am I? No, I am not. So let's fix this real quick. Try this again. Regular cogwheel here, like that. That's the large again, isn't it? No, it's regular. Okay. And then we can put the big cogwheel here like this, and then we put this underneath like that. Okay. And then we can hook him to him with a belt and a gear shift or shaft, I think. If we do like this, we should be able to do this. And go like that and that. Okay, and now we just got to bring the speed down here. take this, slow this down to 8. And that should be good. So that was shift scroll, by the way. Now we should be able to put this together into the final thing that we need to build this big guy. And that would be andesite. I still have andesite. I do. Well, you know, before we do that, actually, we need to take our wrenches. And we need to make sure everything is going in the right direction. So that's going down, down. I think we'll have all of these actually go down. 1 second. Alright, so I think I got these turned in right now. Basically, all of these will come together this way. These will come this way. Same thing on this side. All of these come this way. That goes that way. Then they all go to the center here. This comes to the center here. And then it all goes down that way and exits out. So now we should be able to do you. We can take a brass casing. Oh, not brass. Yeah, is it brass casing? No, it's andesite casing. We want the andesite casing, not the brass. Put that in the middle. Like that. Surround that with stone. Like so. And then finally put our sticks in around that. Which we don't have, but we will in a second. There we go. Take stick, 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 stick. And now it will come together. And you can almost see it forming the shape here. Almost see like the crushing wheel being formed. All comes together in the center. Bam. Goes down. Locks this into place. Finally locks that into place. Bam. That goes down. Like that. And you can see how, like, if you had a chest or something down here, it would go into that. That's the exit out of the crafter. All that gets pulled into the center. And boom. Crushing wheel. And now we have a pair of crushing wheels, which you'll see I already have a pair here because I tested this once. And now I have 2 sets of crushing wheels. So I've got 4 grinding wheels. So we'll be able to do a lot of ore at one time. So next time we'll actually work on setting this up, figuring out how this works, where you can do your iron ore straight from ore into this and get a bunch of crushed out of it. And so we should effectively start doubling our ore output at that point. So yeah, there you go. That is the Create Auto Crafter.